Okay, so this is my second try or attempt to paint some sights on my Ruger LCP, and I didn't tape it up sufficiently enough, so I had some spread from the paint and it wasn't uniform, and the paint that I used last time was this right here. I was trying to find a balance between fluorescent and glow. And this was my first time ever doing this. I don't know, I had the instinct or thought to paint it white first and then paint on top of it, but I don't know, just didn't come out right. I've got a video on how that came out, but let me see if I'll clip it in here. So this time what I'm gonna do is try spray paint, and basically you can kind of see where I'm gonna color. And this time I've got my primer, Rust-Oleum primer. Did a little research, and this goes on first. This will provide a base where the color can stick to. And then I'm gonna use neon green for the rear sights from Krylon, and it's a fluorescent color. And I'm going to use fluorescent red for the front, also by Krylon. I cleaned up all that gunk, took off the paint, give it a good cleaning. This did pretty well. Gun scrubber and a little elbow grease. You want to be careful too, you don't accidentally scratch the metal on your gun. But okay, so let me go ahead and take this outside and get started. Okay, so it's too hot and it's too humid, so I'm gonna do it in the garage. I'm just gonna leave the door closed. It's not like I'm using a lot, so I don't really need all that ventilation. So I put up this cardboard barrier here for overspray and to catch any excess. And I'm gonna get started. Guess that's good enough. Yeah, looks good to me. Let's leave this here for 15 minutes and let it dry. Then we'll apply the other coat. Okay, so 15 minutes have passed. I'm guessing it's dry. Let's test it out. Let me see. Nope. Nothing there. Yeah, seems pretty dry to me. Look. Yeah, looks good. All right. Wanted to touch it just to make sure. I don't see anything. I'm a bit nervous, I will admit. I really don't want to fuck this up. But I think it's coming around good. Those little dark spots are from the paint. It's not actually, I mean, it's from the tape. It's not really like I missed something. Alright, let's move on to phase 2. Let's put on the, I guess we'll do the green. Okay, so I'm gonna actually do both at once, and I thought to just kind of cover the front there, only exposing the rear, and then when I've covered, when I've sprayed the rear view, I'll do the front, the rear view, the rear sides green. Then I'll take this off, or I'll flip it, and then I'll do the front side red. Alright, here we go. Once again, fluorescent green. Here we go. I think that's good. Maybe from the side. Okay. Alright. Red. Okay, so looks like I fucked up again. In the process of trying to remove the this, it grazed it just a bit, and I noticed some white within the green, and that's when I realized, you know, I did it. So I tried to wipe it off, and it looks like I also took off some white. I'm just gonna try to make the best of it and see how it plays out. Hopefully it's not that bad. But yeah, I fucked up and I'm pissed. Alright. Okay. You know what? Maybe, just maybe, I might be able to salvage this fucking disaster. I can still see some of the metal, the gun metal, but I guess I could live with it. Yeah, I guess you learn through mistakes. Because the red is flawless. I'm just gonna let that dry. And I gave the green a second coat. I was tempted to just wipe the whole thing down and start over, but you know what? I don't know. I didn't want to. I could have risked fucking it up even more. So I just gave it another coat, and let's give this thing 15 minutes. I'll turn off this light because it's emitting heat. But yeah. Let's cross my fingers and hope this thing didn't bust. Okay, so 20 minutes have passed by, and let's see what the verdict says. Looks pretty dry. Not bad. I'm a lot happier with the red, obviously. On the bright side, over time, I think this will fade, and there's probably some chemical that can remove all this, and you just do it again. So, let's see. It's dry. Pretty good. Now for the dreaded green. I don't see anything. Seems dry. What I want to do now, put a little of this on it. A little gloss coating, a little protection. And then once this dries, I'll take off the tape and check out the finished product. Okay, here we go. That's good. Alright, let's give it 20 minutes and take off the wrapping. Alright. You know what? Took all the tape off. And not too bad. Not too shabby. You know, I can easily see how this will come off. It almost wants to peel off. I noticed it when I was taking the tape off. You can almost see it right here. It's just kind of sitting on the metal. I have a little bit of a residue. I don't know if you can see it, like right there. It kind of bothers me, but I guess I could rub it off. And the green isn't perfect, but I mean, for what it is, I'm gonna let it dry a little more and and let it get a little more solid. And the red. Red's pretty good. I like it. Let's see how this lasts. So basically, that is the whole point of this thing right here. Let's see how long it lasts going in and out of my pocket, in and out of the holster. And let me see. Night and day from just black. Big difference. Big difference. I'm gonna test this out at the range and see how it affects my aim. Side note, did a little project. I buffed this little part right here. I saw that in a video, and I kind of buffed it out with my rotary machine. I didn't do anything special, just cleaned it up, buffed it out using the rotary compound, and it's pretty cleaned up. I buffed out the right there. I wish I could have gotten it more uniform. It just kind of went down that middle. I tried to get the edges, but I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm just being a perfectionist. Well, I guess there's only one way to find out if it worked. The reason I did that is because my hollow points, they kept getting stuck right here. So I learned that buffing that out could help. Also, the feed ramp to the barrel. Let's see if here's the barrel, and I went ahead and buffed that out. If you notice, it's real shiny, almost chrome. And supposedly this will help your ammo feed into the chamber a lot smoother. Well, there you have it. Hopefully my sights last, and if they don't, I think I'm just gonna use some nail polish and see how far that goes. And project, if that doesn't last, and it's really that temporary, I guess I could cut up some fluorescent duct tape and just paste it on, and just periodically, put new ones as they come off. All right. Oh my God, I could see my reflection on the feed ramp. So that was my project for the for my sights, and I'll let you know what happens at the range. Okay, so here's a little update. As you're cleaning your gun, keep it away, keep the solvent away from your painted sights. Wasn't paying attention. I mean, I kind of figured, but I only laid it backwards, and I think the solvent that's kind of like under this seeped upwards and just touched it a little, and as you can see, it removed some of the spray paint. And it's still looking good. The green's alright. I can still do what I need to do. Little food for thought. Pay attention. Maybe a little tape on top of it will work. In any case, just yeah, you gotta work around it. All right. And there you have it, folks. Finished product. I just put it back together. Finished oiling it. Just to do a quick recap. Little recap as to what was done. Basically, I buffed out the feed ramp and another piece of the gun, and then spray painted some sights on it, and then I give it a basic cleaning, oil, put it back together. And even though I again fucked up and accidentally took off some of the sight on the red, it still looks pretty damn good. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna be one happy customer. I don't think oil affects this. I took a chance and I tested it out, and the paint stood. So far so good. Let's see. It is looking good. Let's see, I'm trying to get a... Yeah. I like that. Can't seem to work it, but y'all get the point. Oh yeah. I also did a little test. Hollow points went flying out of it. And I'm very happy about that. Very happy. So the buffing did work. It sure as fuck did. Very satisfied. Only thing left to do is test it out. Great little gun. Doesn't weigh a damn thing. It is loaded right now. You can tell, you can almost kind of see the bullet. Awesome gun. Very light, very reliable. I think I've put about a little over 200 rounds in the at the range. All right, and there you have it. Ruger LCP 380 modified.